Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself.
Just real quick, if you'd like to support this channel, preparewithdronetek.com is a great place to do it. And right now you can save $200. It's a great thing to do to have an emergency food storage because you just never know what's going to happen, and peace of mind goes a long way. And I'm also now posting on TikTok. It's something that I didn't want to do for a long time, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now because, quite frankly, I'm already getting a pretty good following after just starting to post there the other day. So make sure to go ahead and check me out there. You can find the link in the description and pinned comment. Hey, welcome back. Dronetek here. I'm a little under the weather today, but there's something going on that I absolutely have to talk about. It's really bugging me, and I'm sure you know why, and you probably know what I'm talking about, but in Charlotte, North Carolina, something very bad happened a few days ago on one of their light rail train systems. A Ukrainian woman who survived a war zone and came to America to escape it. She's just coming home from work, gets on the train, and sits down, starts looking on her phone, and out of nowhere, the maniac behind her decides just to end her life right there, and it's all on video. I'm not gonna play it here for obvious reasons. It's awful and sad, and I don't recommend anybody watch it. This picture that's up right now is more than enough to tell you what you need to know. It's not being reported on at all by any of the major national media outlets. Now, you can get on right now, look for yourself, get on Google and search for the story. You can find some local news outlets, NBC, Fox Local, those ones, the local news stations are covering it, right? They're not nationally. None of the outside of Fox News. I don't know for a fact about Newsmax or News Nation. I haven't looked at those two. I haven't seen anything. They might have something out there, but in the New York Times, CNN, Washington Post, MSNBC, NPR, USA Today, Reuters, Axios, ABC News, PBS, none of these outlets have done a single story on it, which is interesting, right? Because all of these exact same outlets were more than giddy to go after the Daniel Penny story.
There's a person dead, and reactions that we are seeing are hugely celebratory in some circles, right? J.D. Vance is taking Daniel Penny to the Army-Navy football game tomorrow.
Now, I don't know that seeing them celebrating in a bar made me comfortable. I mean, you killed a guy.
How concerned should we be, though, that the American people, groups of the American people, are celebrating violence? Like, violence, that's the solution. That's what everyone should be doing these days.
And of course, our hearts go out to the family, the Neely family.
But the media wasted no time in going after this guy. He's a white man, making an issue of the fact that he's a white man and the attacker was black. The black attacker wasn't really going to hurt anybody. And the real thug, the real menace here was the white former Marine who tried to protect the other passengers and himself. Now, what's even more infuriating about this story, and probably goes to why it's being covered up by the national news media right now, is the fact that he is a poster child for the Democrat left-wing system of justice, if you want to call it that. It's a system of placing the criminal as the victim and society at large as the real bad guy. This scumbag, this murderer, has been arrested 14 other times. And all these other times he managed to get out as a free man. By the way, the mayor of Charlotte, who is a Democrat, of course, her name is V. Lyles. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably. But she said, and I quote, "We will never arrest our way out of issues such as homelessness and mental health." Well, I mean, you also can't let them roam free as a solution. As we can see, this woman just lost her life just coming home from work. And this guy just decides he's gonna end her life. Why, I wonder? I'm sure it had nothing at all to do with her skin color, any of that. He probably didn't feel at all like he could just do that because this white person in front of him is the devil, after all. I mean, the fact that our media still hasn't covered this story yet was all over that Daniel Penny story, and he was acquitted, by the way. He was found not guilty. But you never would have known that by watching our media. Our media was painting this guy as essentially a Ku Klux Klan member run amok. She also painted the murderer here as some sort of victim in all this, that he just had a mental health crisis. I mean, What are you gonna do? And even worse, as if this could get any worse, and just some more of the boot stomping on your face endlessly. Before the mayor and the city officials had a public questioning about this horrific incident, they took a break before they started talking about this horrible thing. And after they were done celebrating and having their cake, then they opened up for public questioning. And again, you can go and look for yourself now. Maybe it's changed since I made this video, but no national news coverage about this. And like I said, it's all about protecting Democrats from their own policies, protecting Democrat Party and leftist narratives about who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. You know, that's why you're seeing these commercials and movies and PSAs where it's white guys. It's always white guys doing the things that you're seeing all their protected classes doing when you're on the uncensored news outlets. Another example of this is how they treated St. George Floyd, a guy who had an extensive record of violent criminal history, including home invasion and holding a pregnant woman hostage at gunpoint. He was buried in a golden casket that was worth about $39,000, which the media treated almost like a king, queen, president, or pope, or somebody extremely important had passed away. Then Democrats quite literally bowed on their knees and cried over this scumbag. They incited riots for years over it. And this was after they had incited riots over previous scumbags. I think this is all part of what they call their racial reckoning, which they talked a lot about during those years.
It's a time of racial reckoning.
The biggest threat to our country today, says the FBI's director, is white supremacy. Merrick Garland said the biggest threat to our democracy is white supremacy.
It is a backlash effort to reverse the racial reckoning.
But this is just the result of that racial reckoning. That white girl and all of us, all of society at large, really deserve whatever comes to us because we're the true bad guys, and the horrible, insane psychopaths that are committing these horrible acts, well, they're really just victims. And that's exactly how this mayor is treating it, which is exactly why the national media is ignoring the story. And the last thing I'll say on this is that there was a time years ago when I heard a journalist talking, I can't find it now, Grok did mention something along these lines, that there is a journalistic so-called ethic where they will drag their feet and not talk about the race or religion practiced by somebody who does something like this because they're trying to protect those protected classes from blowback. But when it's a white guy, like I pointed out, Daniel Penny, and there have been many other examples, they act in completely the opposite way. I mean, they were quick to call a recent shooting suspect a white guy, even though from security footage, he clearly was not a white guy. Yet for some reason, at the start, they were quickly throwing that out with no worries whatsoever about blowback.
Do not know who he is. They know he is a male, possibly white. He's wearing sunglasses. He appears to have a mustache.
They do know what he looks like. Sunglasses, mustache, male, possibly white, male, possibly white, male, possibly white.
All right, folks, so just let me know what you all think in the comments. I think that's probably why the national media is ignoring this, but maybe you have some other ideas. Let me know. And also, if you're still here at this point, you might as well hit that like button and subscribe. I do post on a regular basis, so make sure to keep checking back for more.